What is up, ladies? Welcome back to Competitive Female Training's YouTube channel. I am Coach Shawna. Today I'm going to go over how to warm up for your double unders. Now, you might be saying, WTF, I thought double unders were part of the warm-up, and I totally get that. I used to have a very similar thought process until I worked with someone who works at RX Smart Gear, and she gave me a really great perspective or paradigm shift, if you will. She pointed out that, that double unders are an advanced skill, and I wouldn't just walk into the gym, jump onto the rings, and work on my ring muscle ups, right? Like I do a bunch of mobility, I do a bunch of cardio, I do a bunch of activation stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's a very good point, because when I go to do my double unders for the first few jumps, my body often feels like crap. And yours might too. And then you also might notice that when you guys are doing double unders in a workout, you get better at them the more you get warm and get tired, right? Sometimes it's partly your mind, but also it's your body. Like you're literally getting looser and things are able to move better. So today I'm going to show you how you can warm up for your double unders to make them better from the start. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the mobility component, right? So double unders, you want to have nice, loose, active wrists. You want to have nice, strong drive off of those toes. You want to have nice, loose calves, and you want to have nice, loose ankles. So for your forearm mobility and your wrist mobility, literally, I want you to walk in when you start, and you're just going to do 20 rotations in each direction, okay? That's going to get your wrists nice and loose so that you can be fast with your rope. Then you are going to either grab some voodoo floss, if your gym has it. If it does, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or one of the bands that we put around our knees. You're going to wrap this guy super, super tight around your forearm, okay, to where it's constricting. Like if I left it on for a while, my fingers are going to turn white. And then from there, you're going to move it up and down your forearm, and you're going to go back and forth. And what that's going to do is that's going to loosen up this forearm tissue to help with that mobility, okay? You'll do this for 4 or 5 rotations, and then you'll move it up your arm. Try not to lose circulation. I can do this. Usually I don't have the pressure of the camera. Move it up your arm, go back, and then you want to try to get it all the way to your elbow. And again, you're going to do that on both sides. Then you're going to sit down on the bench, and you're going to do ankle rotations, 10 in each direction, and get those ankles nice and loose, okay? Both direction, both ankles, and you're going to see my left one never follows directions. My right one's like, I got this all day long. My left one's like, what are we doing? Okay, and then after that, you're going to pull those toes towards you as far as you can, and then you're going to point those toes as far as you can, as hard as you can away, and you're going to do 10 in each direction. Cool? And then you're going to come up to your trusty rig. We're going to stretch out our calves. So you're going to intentionally try to get your entire foot as flat against the rig as possible. You're going to go here. Now with a locked out leg, you're going to pull your body towards the rig. And we're going to hang out here for a minute on each side. And you should feel a really good stretch in your calf muscles, okay? And then after that, we're going to move on to activation. For activation, we have mobilized the tissues so they are ready to receive blood flow. We got them all nice and stretched out. Now we are going to work on our jump reflex and get our body ready to be able to jump high for our doves. So I want you to just start with a little bit of bounding like you would do single unders, okay? This shouldn't hurt at all. And then as you get comfortable with it, you'll bound higher. And then if you really want to get crazy, you can bound super high for triple unders. So I want you to do 30 seconds of little bounds, 30 seconds of big bounds, and then you can try really big bounds if you're adventurous. All right, and then we've gotten both legs activated. Now, I want you to do 20 hops on each leg. Pretty straightforward, right? But that's going to help us. You're going to notice some imbalances from one side to the other, and I want you to be aware of those imbalances because when you're jumping, you'll notice that one side often is the side that catches, and one side can be weaker than the other. So as you get tired, if you are jumping and one toe is coming up like this and one toe is still down, right, this guy's going to catch the rope. So if you notice when you're hopping on one foot the imbalances, then spend some time hopping more on the weaker foot so we can get them both strong. Cool? I spoke about efficiency with your double unders, and I just talked about activation, right? One of the things that we often don't think about when we're doing dubs is core activation. If this guy is not strong and awake when I'm doing double unders, two things are going to happen. I'm going to be leaking energy. Remember, I said if I'm doing this, right, like I'm not efficient, I'm leaking energy. This is extremely fatiguing for the body. It's kind of like if you were driving down the street with your tires that were loose, right? Like you'd not be able to go very far or fast on the road. Same thing is going to be with our core. The other thing is if you're watching this, most likely you're a female athlete. If this is loose, right, what's going to happen inside? We're probably going to be peeing our pants because I can't contract my urethra, which is underneath my bladder. It goes out to my girl parts. I can't contract it because I don't have a tight abdominal floor. I don't have a tight pelvic floor. So if I can keep this nice and tight, then I'm going to be more efficient with my dubs, and I probably will be less likely to pee my pants. So one of my favorite ways to activate the core is doing weighted planks. You're going to grab something pretty challenging. Like I know most of you can probably do a 35 or a 45 pound plate on your back. And I want the plate sitting on your butt. I don't want it up here. I'm not trying to activate this. I'm trying to activate this part, okay? So you're just going to pop it on your butt, get it low enough so that it doesn't fall off, of course. And then you're going to get into a plank, and you're going to hang out here for 30 seconds, okay? And I want you to do 3 rounds of that. Now, I know that this might seem like a lot for something you're like, well, I'm just doing my double unders. Why do I have to do all this? The cool thing is, if you spend the time doing this warm-up for your double unders, especially if you do it before your regular class stuff, you're going to be active and mobilized for all of this stuff. This core activation is going to translate for your back squats, for your Olympic lifts, for even your gymnastic stuff. The stretching your calves is going to be good for box jumps, for your Olympic lifts, right? So it's multifunctional, if you will. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is double under specific movements that I want you to have ready before you go. The last piece of the puzzle is making sure that the hand and the foot connection is there. I'm fortunate that we have this really cool skills kit from RX Smart Gear. If you don't have that, you can use just your regular jump rope. But what I want you to do, and you're going to do this taking your jump rope after and just doing some single unders, is I want you to grab either just the handle of your rope, or if you have these, you could also make these with an old jump rope. And I want you to start here, just making the rope go around, okay? And you can see that my ropes are a little bit off. I am still working on being better about using my wrists to move the rope around instead of moving my whole arm, which is what we tend to do, okay? So I want you to do this, and you're going to set a clock, and you're going to go for a good minute of just doing this. You should feel your forearms starting to light up. And when you've done that, then you're going to take these And can you do the same thing, but jumping with single unders? After that, you will go and grab your regular jump rope, and I just want you practicing single unders. I know this is supposed to be for double unders. I get that. Also, if you have a RX Smart Gear rope, one of the cool things that I learned is there's these little divots at top. That's where your fingers are supposed to go. Not down here, but up here. That's where you're supposed to start. All right, so single unders. Can I jump and focus on using my wrists? That is extremely important because as you get doing your double unders, if I am not using my wrists in my singles, I'm certainly not going to use them in my double unders. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to get really fatigued, my shoulders are going to get smoked, and I'm going to end up out here, okay? So I really want you to start practicing from the moment you watch this video, moving forward, being mindful of using my wrists. It's why we warmed our wrists up first. All right, team. I hope that you got some benefit from this. Maybe you made it all the way to the end. I know I can be long-winded sometimes. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel so that you can see future content. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions. You are also welcome to reach out to us if you have specific things you're working on that you'd like coaching advice on. Thank you as always for watching.